This video is powered by the pros at Pascal Air Plumbing and Electric. Arkansas owned, Arkansas operated. GoPascal.com.
The Razorback football program got some great news when earlier this week, former Boise State quarterback Taylen Green committed to Arkansas, and he's with us now on the McLarty-Daniel hotline. Taylen, we really appreciate you making some time for us this morning. What attracted you to Bobby Petrino's offense, and how do you think you're going to be utilized here in Fayetteville?
What attracted me just like his knowledge, the game, the detail that he speaks, and just the evidence of all the quarterbacks he's coached, the great quarterbacks he's coached and developed. And, you know, that's what really excited me because I'm a sponge. I want to know everything and learn everything and just be coached by the best of the best. I believe he can help me reach all of my potential.
Taylen, he recruited you back in high school. How much did that relationship back then impact you during this process?
Yeah, it came full circle. It was definitely crazy to think. 3 years later, I get to be coached, like I said, by Coach Petrino, and, you know, he recruited me in high school. It's definitely full circle.
Taylen, I know you had a relationship with Coach Petrino since high school. You're probably recently introduced to Sam Pittman. What can you share to our listeners about the head football coach here at Arkansas? I
would say, you know, he definitely cares for the players, and I was hanging with some of the teammates, and they said the same thing. You know, he doesn't BS. He keeps it real, and that's what I like. He just keeps it straight and tell him, like, the vision and what he wants and what he believes in. And he's really, really passionate about Arkansas, and he's really passionate about the program, and that's what I fell in love with.
We're talking with Taylen Green here on the Morning Rush on the McLarty-Daniel hotline. So on that note, what does he envision for you? What does he envision for Arkansas football moving forward?
Being a true dual threat, you know, using my legs and my arm, just leading the team and leading this conference. And I believe, you know, we're building something special. And, you know, I'm excited to get this thing rolling. And when I told the coaches, I was like, time to work, time to get it. They're excited and I'm excited, you know, to just hit the ground running when I get there in January and just embrace myself into the playbook and be that leader that my new teammates can trust in and lean on.
Taylen, you mentioned teammates a couple times. Who have you gotten a chance to talk to here in Fayetteville?
Dom was my host, and I knew Jalen Braxton. We grew up together. We ran track and did all that. We go way back. I knew a couple of guys on the team and was hanging out with them. And it was cool to see familiar faces and a lot of people from Dallas, so I can relate to them on that. Yeah,
you mentioned Jalen, true freshman, starter in the SEC. Taylen, there's not many guys that do that. What can you tell us about maybe growing up with him that doesn't really surprise you that he was able to have an impact in the conference as a true freshman?
Yeah, it really doesn't surprise me because, you know, he loves to work. He's probably one of the hardest workers, you know, I've seen just growing up, just from when he was little to what he is now. And, you know, Texas is different. It's different, you know, in high school, and we live and embrace football down there. So, I mean, it really didn't surprise me, but I'm excited for him, and you know, just really love him doing good and just, like you said, a true freshman and doing what he did, and like the future is really bright for him. Yeah,
and you mentioned, again, Dominique Johnson as well, I would guess, Crowley, Texas. So a couple of Texas connections on the roster. There's plenty more that you can probably circle back to, or at least come as a guy from Louisville. Taylen, you mentioned being a sponge. What would you say is something that you're really strong at as a quarterback, and also maybe a weakness or two that you think you can improve on under Coach Petrino here at Arkansas?
I would say one of my strong suits, of course, is my legs. But, you know, when a play breaks down, the ability to just, you know, make a play and extend the play, whether it's on the ground, but I look to throw first. So, you know, escaping the pocket, I'm just viewing my receivers and just seeing where they are. And I feel like one of my strong suits, too, is, you know, I have a strong arm, and I feel and I believe, you know, I can make any throw on the field. And talking to Coach Petrino, I know one of my weaknesses is just my footwork, just being consistent on that. And, you know, we talked about it, and we're gonna attack it full steam ahead and make my weakness into a strength. So just being consistent with that and just building that habit, everything starts with your feet.
Taylen Green's with us here on the McLarty-Daniel hotline. Taylen, I know it's been a blur this last 48 hours or so, but when you get some free time, I want you to watch two former Razorbacks. Coach Petrino has probably in some capacity mentioned one of his former, actually the late Ryan Mallett, who passed away earlier this year, was 6'7", really thrived in his offense, and it sounds like he's talked about Ryan. And then also Matt Jones, who didn't play under Petrino, but was 6'6", 6'7", is actually one of my teammates at ESPN Arkansas, ran a 4.3 40, dude. those are kind of the similarities that it sounds like Arkansas fans are drawing to you, and they seem really excited about those type of comparisons.
Yes, sir. I'll definitely do that. I watched Coach Petrino. We watched a couple highlights, and I definitely see the similarities to that, and just build on top of what he sees, and just ready and excited to get it started.
Taylen, I wonder, you mentioned, again, kind of reminiscing with an old buddy in Jalen Braxton. Dom was your kind of guy on campus that showed you around a little bit. Did you get a chance to talk to other quarterbacks in the transfer portal? Not necessarily teammates, but maybe guys that are going through your similar process and kind of what they're going through. Is that something you've been able to do?
Not really. It was really, like you said, a blur with everything. I talked to my old teammates in Boise and just seeing how they're doing and just checking up on them and all that. I really didn't get the time, but, now that everything's slowing down and stuff like that, I'm pretty sure I'm going to get some, but, I'll tell them, just to trust God and just trust the process and trust your guts. Anybody that hits me up, I'm going to just tell them that.
Taylen, I got to ask, how'd you play on a blue field? That would throw me off. How are you able to do that in Boise?
Yeah, it definitely threw me off too when I first got there. Playing on a blue field, not really used to it. But since we practiced on it and all that stuff, your eyes kind of get used to it. When we play, I would say when we play, like when we wear our all blue jerseys, it's a little tough to see. But your eyes get used to it.
You got a chance, final game as a Boise State Bronco, to win a Mountain West Conference championship. But the road, I would characterize as bumpy to a certain extent. I know you weren't a full-time starter this season. Taylen, take me through what it was like this year to, at some points, being benched and then coming back and really having your best game of the season in the championship. How did you maneuver kind of the ups and downs of 2023?
Yeah, it was definitely a crazy year. Like you said, it was mountaintops and valleys, and it started off kind of shaky, and like you said, we did like a 2 quarterback system, and me being a competitor, I really didn't at first, it was tough. It was a tough pill to swallow. But I'm a team player, and if the coaches felt that was the best, then I was for it, and just anytime my number's called, I made sure I made the most of it, and that going through that whole roller coaster, it really built my character and my confidence in myself, and it really made me rely on my faith, and because I'm really spiritual, so my faith in God and Jesus Christ and what He says about me and my confidence in Him, and just sticking to His plan and trusting Him, and just being an inspiration to others. And going through it, it was really tough. It was really a battle with me mentally and really mentally and spiritually and physically. But like I said, adversity builds character. It shows if you're going to fold or it shows you're going to rise. So like I said, just going through that and ending the season with the Mountain West Championship, that was definitely the cream on the top. And I'm just proud of my team and how we fought through it all, because it wasn't just me. It was a whole team. Our coach getting fired and going mid-season and just going through all of that. I'm definitely proud of how we ended it. Just coming out strong and coming out with a win, especially in the championship and in Vegas, in the Raider Stadium. So that was really fun. I had family there too, so it was definitely a crazy year. And I'm definitely going to apply what I've learned the last 2-3 years, especially last year, to this upcoming season, and just being that leader, like I said, that people can lean on, that's been through a lot, just been through the ringer, battle tested. So,
Taylen, I think that's a perfect segue into my next question. I would expect you haven't been promised a starting role. You're expecting to compete. Kind of how has that been detailed heading into next year? I know Again, there's opinions out there that KJ might enter the portal. Some think he's going to stay. Take us through what that's like as an incoming quarterback into a different situation and what you're walking into next season.
I would say I'm not scared to compete. I feel like competition brings out the best in everybody, especially just being the SEC. I mean, you got to compete every single practice. I mean, even I believe, Arkansas's defense is really good, and just going against them every single day, and whether it's spring ball or fall camp or even in the summer. I mean, I feel like competition, like I said, will bring out the best, and I'm excited to accept the challenge and go full head of steam.
Taylen, one more thing before we let you go. You mentioned getting here in January. Have you signed yet, or when do you plan on signing to play football next year at Arkansas?
Yeah, I would say I signed, so I'm going to be a Razorback, and I'm excited, and just got to fill out the details of of course, like living situation and all that. So but I'm excited to be there, and excited to be with the team and the coaches, and like I said, just hit the ground running.
BetOnline is your #1 source for all your betting needs. Get the latest odds, lines, and matchup reports for baseball, boxing, golf, and more. BetOnline continues to be the fastest and easiest way to place your wagers, including live betting and your favorite casino and card games available to play right from your phone. Head to the website or use your mobile device to sign up today and get in on the action. Remember to use our promo code BELIEVE, that's BLEAV, for your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Bet online, where the game starts.